The Fox and the Crow. One sunny morning, a clever fox spotted a crow sitting high up in a tree, with a tasty piece of cheese in her beak. The fox's mouth watered at the sight, and he quickly thought of a plan. The fox called up to the crow, "Oh, beautiful crow, your feathers are so shiny, and you look so graceful. You must have a lovely voice, too. Could you sing for me?" The crow, flattered by the fox's words, wanted to prove her singing skills. She opened her beak to let out a loud caw, and the cheese fell from her mouth right into the fox's paws. The fox snatched the cheese with a grin and said, "Thank you for the song, dear crow, and the cheese." And with that, he trotted off, leaving the crow disappointed and empty-beaked. Moral of the story: beware of those who flatter you for their own gain. The Ant and the Dove. One hot summer day, a little ant was searching for water. He found a river, but slipped on a stone and fell into the rushing water. The ant struggled to stay afloat, fearing he would drown. Just then, a dove perched in a nearby tree noticed the ant's struggle. Quickly, the dove plucked a leaf from the branch and dropped it into the water near the ant. The ant climbed onto the leaf and floated safely to shore. Grateful, the ant thanked the dove and promised to repay her kindness one day. The dove just smiled and flew away. A few days later, a hunter crept quietly through the forest, aiming his arrow at the dove. The ant saw this and hurried toward the hunter's foot, giving him a painful bite. The hunter yelped in surprise, missing his shot, and the dove flew away to safety. Moral of the story: kindness is never wasted, and a good deed is often returned. The Wise Owl and the Boastful Peacock. In a quiet forest, a peacock loved to show off his beautiful feathers. Every morning, he would spread his tail, shimmering with greens and blues, and call out to the other animals, "Look at me! Aren't I the most beautiful creature here?" The other animals grew tired of his boasting, but the peacock didn't notice. One day, he saw a wise old owl perched on a branch nearby and decided to show off. "Owl," said the peacock, "you see a lot from up there. Don't you think I'm the most impressive animal in this forest?" The owl looked at the peacock and replied calmly, "You are very beautiful, but beauty is only one part of what makes someone truly special." The peacock scoffed. "What else could be more important than looks?" Just then, a sudden storm began. Rain poured down, and the peacock's feathers became heavy and muddy. Unable to fly or move easily, the peacock struggled. The owl, who remained dry and calm in his tree, said, "Sometimes, it's not beauty that helps us the most, but wisdom and humility. Now you see that even the finest feathers can't protect you from every challenge." The peacock understood and quietly learned to admire others' qualities, not just his own beauty. Moral of the story: true worth comes from character, not appearance. The Bee and the Lazy Beetle. In a sunny meadow, a busy bee spent her days gathering nectar to make honey. She worked tirelessly, flying from flower to flower and storing nectar in her hive. Nearby, a lazy beetle watched her from under a leaf. "Why do you work so hard, bee?" the beetle asked. "Summer is warm, and there's plenty of food around. You should relax and enjoy it." The bee replied, "I'm preparing for the colder days. When winter comes, there won't be flowers to gather nectar from, and I'll need honey to survive." The beetle laughed. "Winter is so far away. There's no need to worry about it now," he said, yawning and settling back down to rest. But as time passed, the days grew shorter and colder. Winter arrived, and the flowers disappeared. The bee stayed warm and safe in her hive, with plenty of honey stored up. But the beetle, with nothing saved, grew cold and hungry and had to struggle to survive. The beetle finally understood the bee's wisdom and said, "I wish I had worked when I had the chance, instead of resting all day." Moral of the story: hard work today prepares us for tomorrow. The Tortoise and the Hare. One day, a speedy hare was boasting about how fast he could run. He bragged to all the animals in the forest, "No one can beat me. I am the fastest animal here." A slow and steady tortoise overheard the hare's bragging and decided to challenge him. The tortoise said, "Hare, I may not be fast, but I believe I can beat you in a race." The hare burst out laughing. "You? Beat me? That's impossible. But if you want to race, I'll take you on just for fun." So the race began. The other animals gathered to watch, curious to see the result. As soon as the race started, the hare darted ahead and quickly left the tortoise far behind. Confident in his victory, the hare decided to rest under a tree. "I have plenty of time," he thought, "so I'll take a nap." Meanwhile, the tortoise kept moving at a slow, steady pace, step by step, never stopping. The hare, fast asleep, didn't notice as the tortoise quietly passed him by. When the hare finally woke up, he saw the tortoise nearing the finish line. In a panic, the hare raced as fast as he could, but it was too late. The tortoise had already crossed the finish line. The animals cheered and the tortoise smiled, proud of his steady effort. Moral of the story: slow and steady wins the race. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed these stories and learned something new. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more English learning videos. See you in the next story.